Hello. Yesterday we were speaking about wish and hope and if only. These hypothetical questions, hypothetical words about the future. Today I'm going to look at some more sentences. So if you can join me, I'd like to discuss some sentences. While I'm waiting, I'm just going to go over what we spoke about yesterday. So here are 12 sentences that we read yesterday, and the task here was to see if these sentences make good sense, to see whether they are correct or not. And some of them we decided weren't very good. So let me check through them again and try to remember which ones we didn't like and why we didn't like them. So number 1. I wish my dad couldn't always be so cross with me. Here I remember that we decided couldn't is rather strange here, because couldn't here speaks about ability, and we wanted to see wouldn't. I wish my dad wouldn't always be so cross with me. And quite often we use I wish he wouldn't, or I wish you wouldn't for another person. But in number 3 we see would with the first person. If only I would spend more time with my family. That one we thought was strange. Hello, Biljana.
Hello.
Hello. I noticed that your sound is a bit quiet.
Hello, can you hear?
Yeah, that's better, that's better.
Okay.
So, I don't think you were here in this class yesterday when we spoke about these sentences yesterday.
No, I don't.
No. So, it's no problem. We can have a look at them now, because we had a whole hour, but this is part of it. So, I've just started to revise these sentences. So you can check them through with me right now. That's a good idea, I think. So were you listening to me just now when I spoke about number 1?
No, I just come on class.
Well, read number 1 and tell me what you think.
Okay. I wish my dad couldn't always be so cross with me.
Any idea about it? Is it strange? Is it good?
I don't know what does mean cross.
Cross is a bit angry, and it's a word which teachers use or parents use with children.
Okay.
I'm a bit cross with him. I'm a little bit annoyed or angry with him. I should tell him off. You should say, I don't know what cross means. Yes, so now have a look again at the sentence there. I know Roman will know the answer to this, but I'll come to you in a moment, Roman. Thanks for joining.
Hello.
Hello there. Yeah, I can hear you. Your sound's good.
Oh, thank you.
This is just revision, really, because we're going to move on to some other sentences. Yesterday we spoke about wish, hope, if only, and hypothetical language. Now we're looking at sentence number 1. So, Biljana, can you give me any verdict? Correct or incorrect? Guilty or not guilty? Number 1, is it good or not?
I wish my dad couldn't always be so.
I'm losing your sound again. Yeah. Now you're back. Well, let's just have an.
I think it is good to wish that. I don't know. I don't know actually about what is class. How you do all that.
Okay, well, let's have a look at this place here. Can you see that word, the modal word?
Couldn't.
Now, here, I was just saying, I prefer wouldn't here, because when we use I wish, it's often hypothetical. It's something we don't actually think we can change sometimes. So when we use couldn't, I wish my dad couldn't, then it's probably ability. And
Yes.
here it doesn't make sense because couldn't is ability. So when we speak about another person, we often say, I wish you wouldn't do that.
Oh, okay.
I wish you wouldn't, but we often wish that we could. I wish I could. Why is that? Why do we often say, I wish you wouldn't, but I wish I could? And why not, I wish I wouldn't? When would we say, I wish I wouldn't?
Maybe because it's possibility in future. It's something that almost impossible.
Yes, I think that if I say, I wish I wouldn't do that, then I'm admitting, you know this word, to admit, I'm admitting that I don't really have much control over this situation. So if I say, I wish I wouldn't do that, then that means that I think I can't control that situation. I can't stop myself from doing it. I can't. So if I say, I wish I wouldn't, then there's a kind of implication, I can't help it. So it's quite strange for some situations because we can normally control things that we can do and our actions. So that's why normally we see it, I wish you wouldn't, because I can't control your actions, but I can control my own actions. So I say, I wish I could if I had the chance. So number 2 is okay. I wish I had an elder brother or an older brother. But number 3, Roman, have a look. Could you read number 3, please?
If only I would spend more time with my family.
So think about what I just said, number 3 there. Do you think it's a good sentence or a strange sentence?
I think it's strange sentence.
Yes, because here we're using I would.
Yeah.
And I wish and I if only are similar. There is only a small difference between them. Do you know any difference between I wish and if only?
No.
I think if only is used for a bit stronger meaning.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish could be just casual, but if only means that if that could be fixed, everything will be fine. If only. So if only is a bit stronger, but it's like I wish. And number 3 is very strange because if only I would spend more time with my family, this means that I don't spend time with them and I am not in control of this situation. And so it's very strange. So it's probably better to change, like with number 1, we decided to change couldn't to wouldn't. I wish my dad wouldn't always be so cross with me. And number 3, if only I could spend more time with my family. Does that make more sense?
Mhm.
So, Biljana, can you read number 4?
Rather, we don't spend the whole evening with your parents.
And say I'd.
I'd.
Yes, I'd rather. I'd rather. But I don't mind how you say rather or rather, because, you know, that's one of those vowel sounds which can change in accents. But I'd. Okay. So
I'd
what?
rather.
Yeah. Now, what do you think about that sentence, please?
I think that's something not okay.
First of all, we should think about whether we're speaking about the past or the future. If we say I'd rather, then it's almost certainly going to be speaking about a future possibility. So it's a future possibility. We're going out and we probably don't want to spend the whole evening with your parents. So I think this one, Roman, any idea?
I think it's a normal sentence because rather connect with events which will be in present and future time.
Yes, I'd rather we don't spend the whole evening with your parents. And what about I'd rather we didn't spend the whole evening with your parents? What about that? If I say for number 5, I'd rather we didn't spend the whole evening with your parents. Is that better?
Yes, it makes sense, I think.
Sometimes if we use the past form of the verb, then it seems to be the way to speak about this hypothetical future. Because look, I wish I had an older brother. I'd rather we don't spend the whole evening with your parents. Is probably, oh, lost Biljana. Maybe she had a sound problem. I couldn't hear you speaking there. So I hope you can come back now. Yes, so quite usually we see the past form of the verb to show this hypothetical meaning. So if we're speaking about the future, then I might say, I'd rather we didn't spend the whole evening with your parents, even though it's the future possibility. But let's have a look at number 5. Can you read number 5 and just scan that one through and tell me what you think?
I wish my sister wouldn't come and see us more often. Maybe I wish my sister maybe I wish my sister could come and see my
I think both of them work now, because with a third person, then it could be ability or just wanting them to come. So if I say, I wish my sister would come, she doesn't come, but I wish she would, that works as it is written. But I think that we can also say, I wish my sister could come, but it changes the meaning. And that means that she won't come because she can't. She's unable to come. But they both work there. And is number 6 correct?
I think so. Yes, it's correct.
Yes, it looks quite simple. And if only grandfather were here today, and it means that he's not here today, and it would be great if he was here. So let's go to number 7. Want them to come. So if I say, I wish my sister would come. Hi Zafar, we've got some echo right now from you. So I see you've got your headset, but I don't know what the echo was. We'll try again.
Okay, should I read 7?
Yes, read number 7.
Don't you wish you had received more for the exam?
It's not received, is it?
Ah, sorry. Don't you wish you had revised more
And
for
you know this verb, to revise something?
revise? Check?
Yes, because vise, that comes from vision, and revise, to look over again, to revise. So, yes, is it a good sentence?
Yes, understand.
Okay, Biljana, I'm not sure what happened there either. We have problems sometimes. So we can all speak about these sentences because there's not many of us in the room. So Zafar, can you say something? Hello? Zafar? Hello, Zafar, can you hear me? I can't hear you now, but you've been... Can you unmute? Unmute your microphone again. We've got some sound problems and shuffling the paper and echo. So let's see if we can solve the sound problems. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, that's good. The sound's not bad now. That's fine.
This is the first time I join a class here. I'm from Syria.
Ah, okay. Well, you're welcome to come in. We just have to be careful in these conferences because we get lots of sound problems sometimes, you know, with large numbers of us. So sometimes we mute the microphones.
Yeah.
So when you come to speak, you have to unmute sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going through some sentences with wish, hope, and if only. So just now we looked at number 7, and I think Roman, what did you say about number 7?
Don't you wish you had revised more for the exam?
Revised.
Revised.
So Roman was just looking at it for me, and I wanted to ask Roman, did you say it's good?
No.
Yeah, okay, well I was asking Roman, but Zafar, why is it not good?
I don't know.
So, Roman, can I get back to you there? Are you there still?
Yes, I'm still here.
So, can you tell me good or bad?
I think maybe wish it's not very good because wish as I understand, wish more connected with impossible things.
Well, that's interesting that you say that because I want to show you that there are 2 forms of wish and see if you can understand the pattern. So, do you remember that when I spoke about sentence number 4, I felt like changing don't to the past. I'd rather we didn't spend the whole evening with your parents. I wanted to say it that way. Well, that's because the past form is used quite frequently for this. Andrea, you're moving a lot of things around by your mic. Just be careful with the mic when you're moving things. Okay, it's nice to have you in the room, but I have to be careful with the sound. So, yes, Roman. So I wanted to use, I'd rather we didn't spend the whole evening with your parents. And this past simple form is often used to speak about the future. And it's also, we mentioned yesterday that it's time has this. It's time I left. It's time now to leave. It's time I left. And so I wish, followed by the past simple, is this idea that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish my grandfather was here, not is here. I wish it were, I wish it was better. We use a past form.
Oh.
So sometimes we see a different tense. So in number 7, what is the tense after wish?
After wish we have past present.
A past perfect tense.
Perfect. Yeah,
This
perfect.
is going to push us firmly into the past.
So we should use did you wish? Yeah.
Don't you is now. Because
Yeah,
the wishing is now. And the question is now. So we're asking the question now. Don't you wish that you had? So that the past perfect then looks back. So we're using this wish for a kind of a regret, maybe, in the past. So we've got the past perfect. For example, I wish, as a kind of regret, I wish I had studied harder at university. That's the past perfect. I wish I had studied harder.
so is it correct? It is correct sentence.
Yes, it's a correct sentence because it really does belong in the past, and the past perfect firmly puts it into the past, but the past simple makes it hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see if you can give me 2 sentences beginning with I wish. One of them, let's say sentence A, will be, the first sentence will be something about the past, something real about the past.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you need to use a past perfect form, and it's, if you wish something about the past, then it's something that maybe you would change if you did it again.
Okay. I wish I had received a better mark on my IELTS exam.
Very good. And now try to make a simple hypothetical wish about the future.
About future. Okay, but I just understand. I just try to understand construction after wish. Maybe I wish I will receive better mark on my next IELTS exam.
Well, that's not good because let's have a look. It's getting close. I wish I will receive a better mark next time. Maybe, let's say. So if I say this, I've got the will there.
Would receive, yes?
Yes. So in the hypothetical forms, we don't use the future will. We use a past
Would.
simple. I wish I would.
I would receive a better mark.
And if you think you might not be capable of it, you might say, I wish I could. That might mean that maybe you need to work harder, and you might then be able to.
As I understand, if I am sure, so I am now I am preparing for this exam, and I'm sure that my mark will be better, I should say would. But
well, no, I think actually if you're feeling confident, then you won't even probably use I hope. But you can use another expression. So let me hear what you can say to express confidently that you will pass, or you expect to pass your exam, probably then you won't wish or hope, because wishing and hoping is not really very confident.
Oh, yes, yeah, I understand the difference. But tell me please again, in last construction, I wish I would receive better mark, or it would be better to say I wish I could receive.
Well, I think here I might be, I would probably be tempted not to use wish for this situation, but both of those are good sentences. But I think I would hope to pass my exam.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that I pass my exam. So here we have to make sure that we stay on track for the meaning. So we'll try and make some sentences which have a good basis in meaning and good use of the words wish. Let me see if Andrea's here. Are you here on the mic there?
Yeah, hi.
Hi there. Could you just repeat that? Could you just do the same? Could you please give me a sentence with I wish?
Well, I wish I had played football yesterday because today I want to do it.
Let me write that down. Say it again, please. I wish
I wish I had played football
yesterday.
yesterday.
Okay, yes, that's a good structure because you can see twice that it's speaking about the past. That's good. So that's a good sentence because it's strong, double strong because of the yesterday. That helps when we're learning to use words like yesterday. That's a very useful word when we're making sentences. So that I had played, the past perfect, makes it firmly in the past. I wish I had played football yesterday. I could say the same because today we have a bit of rain, and we haven't had any rain. Yesterday I said to my wife, we haven't had any rain for a long, long time, maybe over a month. So the weather's quite good, and I spoke too soon because as soon as you say the weather's good, the weather turns on you. So now the weather out the window is kind of overcast and a bit damp. So I could say, I wish I had played football yesterday because now I will have to stay indoors. So can you make another sentence with I wish, but this time it's not about the past and regretting the past, it's about the future.
I wish I could prepare a good pizza.
Yes, I wish I could prepare a good pizza. Yes. So what's stopping you from preparing a good pizza? Is it the equipment you need, or is it because you haven't practiced doing this?
Not because you need a lot of time, because when you prepare it, then you have to wait like 5 or 6 hours before you can eat it.
Yeah, I think you really need a good oven because there are some modern ovens. Actually, my wife bought an electric one, and at first I was really against it because I thought, how can you cook with electricity? Because you need flames and gas and fire. But now I really like this new cooker. It's strange because it's not this kind of electric cooker that I'm used to, and it can produce very quickly a lot of heat, and so we can even cook pizza in it. But my gas cooker couldn't because the gas area was never hot enough. You know, like if you go to a real pizza place, they put the pizza under a big stove, don't they? A big stone stove, and it's so hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, but even this little electric cooker can reach that intense heat. Okay, so let me check the next sentence here. Where are we? We did number 7, 8. 8 is next. So, Viliana, are you on the mic now?
Yes, I am.
So, could you read number 8?
David and Sarah really wish they could be there for Sam's birthday.
Now, this is looking
I
at the past or the future, do you think?
Future, I think.
So, is it good?
No, it isn't.
Well, it seems to have
maybe-
the correct form, doesn't it? It has the correct form for the future. So David and Sarah really wish they could be there for Sam's birthday. I think it's okay because, look, the form is exactly the correct form for
But
speaking about the future.
We don't use would here in these senses.
Well, no, because when we're speaking here, these people, David and Sarah, are speaking, giving their opinion here. So it's just the same as if I say, I wish I could. If I say, I wish I would, it's strange. And if David and Sarah wish they would, then that's strange too. Because David and Sarah are in control of themselves, so they wish they could. But if David and Sarah wish they could, then what does it mean? Why don't they come? Will they come?
They not come because have some reason. But
Yes, that's the right reason. That's the right interpretation. So David and Sarah would like to come. They really wish they could come, but they can't come that day because they are booked with something they must do. That's right. So it has the right structure for the future. David and Sarah really wish they could be there for Sam's birthday. I'm interested in whether question number 4 is actually a mistake or not. I think it's okay, but I think we could hear it sometimes, but usually we want to have the past. I'd rather we didn't spend the whole evening with your parents. Don't is a bit strange. It's because the present simple is a tense which is used to speak about frequency. And so here it doesn't really make good sense, number 4. So I will change number 4 to use didn't. I'd rather we didn't spend the whole evening with your parents. So let's go on. Roman, can you go on to the next one and try the next sentence there?
Okay, would you rather I come back a bit later?
You said come back, but the text says came back.
Would you rather I came
It says
back?
came back, yeah.
Came
So, and
back.
it makes a difference, doesn't it? Because when you read it like that with come, it sounded strange and broken to me. Would you rather I come back a bit later? You see, the present, maybe we can see a reason for this. At first, does it sound strange to using the past form when it's really the future? Does it sound strange?
Yes, of course, it sounds strange.
Well, probably the reason is that if we don't, what do? We have any other possibility is going to be really worse. So if I said, would you rather I come back a bit later? We use the present simple for routine, so that's really difficult. Would you rather I will come is a bit not very sweet. So this is why the past simple is used. So, would you rather I came back a bit later? And that's a good sentence.
Yes, I agree. It's correct sentence.
So Andrea, if you're not shuffling your paper, can you read the next one?
Moment.
Yeah. Number
Okay.
10.
Number 10. It's time the children go to bed. Did you hear me?
Yeah, it's time the children go to bed.
Yeah.
Andrea's just asking a question about the last one first, though. Let's see it while we're thinking about that one. So why in this sentence are we saying rather? Rather is a choice. And if you say, would you rather, then you're giving that person a choice. Would you rather I came back a bit later? Gives that person a choice. So yes, that's a good sentence. So 10. What do you think, Andrea, about 10?
I think that it's not correct.
Well, it's interesting. Tell me why you think it's not correct, because you might be right.
Because the verb go is not correct. You have to use another, like I think that you can use it's time the children have to go. No,
Went to bed is good. It's time we left. It's time the children went to bed.
It's correct. Went.
Yes, but that means something. If I say it's time the children went to bed, that means they should be in bed now. They should be going. But if I say it's time the children go to bed, I am just speaking about that time. I'm not saying they should be in bed. So that could be used, but in another situation. So, for example, you speak about coming round later at 9 o'clock in the evening, and I say, oh no, don't come round at 9. That's the time the children go to bed.
Okay.
But if I want to say they should be in bed now, come on children, go now, it's time that you children went to bed.
Okay.
Right. Biljana, can you try the next one, number 11?
Okay. I wish I could stop beating my nails.
It's not, it's biting actually.
Biting my nails.
Now that's interesting. I wish I could stop biting my nails. Not I wish I would stop biting my nails. Because we're not in control of the situation, so we use could, because it's a habit.
Like it seems that it's nervous or something like this.
Yeah, yes, that's right. And sometimes I wish I would is a bit strange to say. Because I wish I would, I wish I could. Well, if you wish, then you can't. So it's probably better to say I wish I could if you really can't, if you can't help it. And sometimes I wish I would sounds really strange. I wish I would come home early. I wish I wouldn't stay out late. It's strange to say I wish and I would. It's much more usual to hear would with a second person, because that other person does things outside your control. So you can say, I wish you would stop that. That's very common. So, not really wrong, not absolutely incorrect, but strange, and so makes your brain think strangely about things. And so if you want to make sentences which are clear and easy to understand, probably it's not a good idea to say I wish I would. But so let's have a look at 12 then. Suppose somebody will see us taking the money. Andrea, can you give me the background or the context of this one?
Well, I don't know exactly who.
Can you think of a situation where this sentence could be said?
Like there was something wrong, like there was a thief.
Yeah, there's probably a thief involved. And is it a good sentence?
I don't know really.
Well, I'll tell you, it's interesting because we have spoken about using this past simple in this hypothetical structure, and maybe it's not so strange because we said that we don't like using the present simple because it's very confusing. The present simple is a confusing tense because it's used, I work every day, this kind of meaning. And so, and we don't like using will unless it's necessary because we know it's the future. So when we say suppose, then we're speaking about a possibility. Suppose somebody, so we don't need will because will is a word used when we have to show people it's the future. So I go turns into I will go, and there will is working very hard. We need the word will because without will it's not the same, it's not the future. But here we don't need will, and if I say when I go, or I'll take that with me when I go, you see I've got a will already. If I say when I go, then you can understand that it's the future. And here we can understand it's the future, so we don't need will. So can you take away will and make a good sentence?
I have to do it.
Have a go.
With will, which kind of sentence?
Take away will, because we don't need will, because will is only used when we need it to indicate the future, and there's no other way to show the future. So if I say when I go, I don't say when I will go, I just say when I go.
Yeah.
So here we take away will, but we need to change something else. Can you see another change that's needed?
I think that is something in the past, so could be like, suppose somebody have seen us taking the money.
Well, that's a good guess, but it's getting a bit difficult to understand. All I wanted actually was, suppose somebody sees us taking the money.
I see that. Okay.
You see, when we take the will away, all we have to remember is that it was changing the verb after it. Because all I've done really is take the will away. But we have to put the S back on C, because will takes the S away. So if I say, if somebody sees us, there will be a problem. We've got sees, and the will takes the tense, and so the sees become see. Well, that was 45 minutes of just revising yesterday because everybody was new today. So let me give you something simpler to finish off with quite quickly. So I'm going to go to the screen. That was going to be just a revision. So let me see if I've got a little exercise here. Here, we want to see if we can use wish or hope. So have a look. We've got use wish or hope.
Wish.
Can you do the first one then?
I wish a bigger house. I can have a party for a big crowd there.
I wish a bigger house. Well, you see there's two gaps. There's a gap before I and a gap after I.
Oh, okay.
So I wish I.
Okay, okay.
It's a future form, isn't it? So we need just a simple past. Remember, if it's a past regret, we use the past perfect to fix it in the past. But if it's a future form, hypothetical future form, then I wish I
have a bigger house. Maybe.
Did you say I wish I have?
Yes.
Well, have is the present, isn't it? And we don't want the present because the present is confusing. The present simple is actually, I think it's the second most difficult tense in English. And I always have to avoid it, making example sentences, because you see, that's why we have this past form. The present simple tense is a kind of a dangerous place to put your foot. If you use the present simple, you have the special meaning of the present simple. So we need a past form, not have, but had. I wish I had a bigger house. And it's much neater. When you think about it, it's very logical. You know, it's not strange at all. It's very logical and neat, and that's why it's evolved this way. Because the present simple would be too confusing. And what other option is there? Any kind of past perfect would be just the past. A future form would be I wish I will have is terrible. It just sounds such a mess. So that's why we say I wish I had a bigger house. And then it's eureka, there it is, it makes sense. So just remember to use I wish I had for a future hypothetical wish. So I wish I had a bigger house. I can't have a party. Okay, so number 2, let's try that one, Andrea.
She wish she found a good job soon.
She wished she found. Found is a past one, yes. So she wished she found.
I hope she found a good job soon.
That's interesting, though. I'm looking at Andrea's. I wish she found. She wished she found. Because why is it strange? She wished she found. That means she. Well, the problem with that is that she actually. She will know it whether she's found or not. And so we need a modal. Why do we need a modal here? She wished she could find or would find.
Could find.
I'm just writing this down, actually. I'll put something in the page about this, because I see, Andrea, that if you say she wished she found, then it does follow the structure that we were talking about. Okay, so I'll see you later then. See you later.
See you. Bye.
So, Biljana, yeah, we've got to use a modal here, and I'll think about explaining that some other time. I think I'll try and figure that one out. So that's an interesting discussion, but we'll move on now. Because she wished she found a good job soon.
But when I say she hopes she found a job soon, she hope is have better sound. I don't
She
know.
hopes she can find a
Yes.
good job soon. So hope is probably better here, isn't it?
Yes, I think it's better.
So I agree with you. Hope is much better here, because this is the kind of sentence meaning where we want to say hope. We're hoping for a future, because it's a realistic possibility, for one thing.
Yeah.
So can you just give me again your good sentence with hope?
She hopes she could found a good job soon.
I might say she hopes she can find, because hoping is something for the future. She hopes she can find. So we've concentrated a lot on wish. I think I need to look at more detail at hope, because we've really been working just now a lot on wish, and there are some differences. So you're right that hope is a better one to start with here. She hopes she can find a good job soon. She's 3 months behind in her rent. So let's try number 3.
Mm.
And what do you think for number 3?
I wish he can. I wish he would stop to smoke.
Well, nearly right, but to smoke or smoking?
To smoking.
Yes, because if you stop to smoke, that means you stop so that you can have a cigarette. If you stop smoking, it means you stop smoking. You might even quit. So that's the one you want. Yes. Okay, next one, number 4.
I wish you went at the party with me last night.
Now, you've used went, which is the past simple, but this is really the past, last night. So you might use a past perfect, like had been or something. Can you try something like that? Because remember that with wish, if we're really in the past, then we have to go past perfect.
I wish you had been with me at the party.
Perfect.
I would.
Perfect because it was the past perfect, and perfect because it was correct. Yes. So number 5. Now, what's this? What does this mean? I'm looking at this one myself now, trying to remember what this one means. Okay, let's skip that one then, and I'll change that text a bit. So let's have a look and see if we can find one that we understand.
I wish the teacher can explain things more clearly.
Do we ever use I wish with can? We had 2 forms of I wish, and one is a past form and one is a past perfect form, and then just now you used a can, which is the present form.
Oh, okay.
So could is better, isn't it?
Could, yes, could. I wish the teacher could explain things more clearly.
And we could say would as well. What would the difference be?
Can you repeat, sorry?
So we could say, I wish the teacher could explain things more clearly, or I wish the teacher would explain things more clearly.
Better sound have would, I think.
Would sounds a bit better, because if we say I wish the teacher could, then we are really admitting or saying that the teacher shouldn't be the teacher.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think I will choose would. So let's try 7.
I wish I had some connected people who could help me with my problem.
Does this sound like a wish? Because a wish, remember, for the future is something which we think is probably unlikely to happen anyway. But this looks like they're really thinking about something that definitely hopeful about.
Maybe I can say, I hope I will have some connected people who could help me.
I don't
with
like
my
will,
problem.
though, with this future
that's
idea. So
future.
I hope I is good. See if you can do it without will. I hope I. Now, with hope, we don't have the past form. We say, I hope
Yes.
I can.
I hope I can have it.
You see?
Well.
Because it's more real.
Yes.
But I wish I could, because it's this kind of hypothetical feeling. So I hope I can. I hope I can. I hope I can. I might be able to. I wish I could. I can't. Okay. So, yeah. So number 8, let's see.
I wish politicians.
Politicians.
I wish politicians. Would be more honest.
Yes, would be more honest. We don't have a hurt on that sound, on that word. I wish politicians would be more honest. I wish politicians were more honest. I wish politicians, how many can you do? Were, would be.
Can be.
Not can be, because I wish doesn't go with can.
Okay.
Could be, maybe. Could be is okay. Would be, were. So let's try number 9.
I wish I can meet the Pope when he come to the New York 2 years ago.
Now, I think the one thing you should learn from this lesson is try to drill yourself away from these words, because these words, you should not say them again. I've put 4 X's there.
Okay.
So don't even say them now. Okay. So let's try. So, you know, drills are very good because they make your mind avoid things. So I think you should say over and over again later, I wish I had, I wish I could, I wish I had, I wish I could, I wish I had, or something like that. Let's see. I wish I had, could, but not would. Let's not practice I wish I would, because if you practice I wish I would, it makes you a bit soft.
Okay.
You know, because you're talking about your habits and things you can't avoid doing and things like that. So what you should practice is all of the things that come with I wish I. So let's see how many we can say. I wish I could, I wish I had. Any more? I wish I didn't have to.
Yes, I wish I couldn't.
That's a strange one. Let me see about I wish I couldn't, because I wish I couldn't. Can you make a sentence with I wish I couldn't? Because I'm not sure that that's got a very strong meaning.
You have right, I can't make
no.
sentences.
So I think I need to collect the drills here for this lesson, because drills are considered old-fashioned, but like a lot of things have been considered old-fashioned. But you know, my rule is that if it works, it's good. And sometimes drills are useful in their place, and sometimes they help a lot. And I think that a little chant maybe a verse or something, does
Okay.
wonders. So I think I wish I had, I wish I could, I wish I didn't have to. And maybe some others should make a little rhyme up or something.
But never I wish I can. That never goes.
Never I wish I can, no.
Okay.
And I can't even make it into any kind of good grammar, because there isn't a way that I can put those words together. But you know, I don't say that it's absolutely impossible, because very often I play a game where I try that. I try to make words go together correctly. And sometimes you can find a strange way of putting words together. That's why sometimes when we see these grammar mistakes, they're interesting, because sometimes they're real mistakes. It's absolutely impossible. I wish I were, that's a good one. Yes, that's a very common one. I wish I were, I used it earlier, I wish I were taller. So yes, sometimes a grammar mistake just carries a very strange meaning, you know, like a Martian strange thing. And so it's not exactly wrong. And sometimes if you make a grammar mistake, a native speaker might think, wow, that's really strange. But an English learner won't even think of that strange meaning. So it's good to get your grammar right sometimes.
Yes, I try to be.
Yeah, well, so I think from today, if you just learn that I wish has those two forms, and I should try and write 2 drills, one for each. So I have to finish the lesson now and get on to my next lesson.
Okay.
So see you soon. Thanks for coming. Thanks for keeping the lesson alive, because it's a difficult time on Verbling and people are not coming in as they used to.
Yes,
So see you soon.
It is good. It is good lesson, and I learn something.
It's good for you if you come in, isn't it? Better value.
Yes. Yes.
Good.
Okay.
I'm pleased
Bye.